here we have an Express.js server. It's running with NodeMon. So let's go ahead and test it out. Make sure we're able to run it and execute. So our root is just returning a JSON of sub true, which we get that back here. Great. Now let's start making some edits to the server. Let's add a route for my user. So we're going to do app.get return a status of 200 with a JSON body of name. Let's do Victor, and let's do a very simple ID, something you probably wouldn't find out in the wild, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's test this out. Let's go to my server, user route. Great. So now we have name, Victor, ID of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go ahead and commit these changes, right? And we want to make sure that we're very meticulous with our commit message, because that's going to help Vexal determine how to auto PR your feature. Remember, the way Vexal works is that it's going to go through your commit history. It's going to send it out to ChatGPT for it to generate a summary. So the more descriptive you get into this message, the better it will perform. Vexal does not at all compare any code whatsoever, and it's not designed that way. So let's do added user route to app.ts. That returns user name and ID. Great. That is our first route. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and let's go ahead and add a middleware to my server. Let's do app.use, and let's have a function in here. All right, and let's go ahead and check our headers. Request.headers and authorization. If that is equal to undefined, so now, since my user route is after my middleware, there, user not authorized. Great, so now we've added a route and we've added an authorization middleware function. So let's go ahead and git commit and said added auth middleware function to get user data. Now, this is one cool thing about your commit messages and your commit message history. Here, I know that I will need testing instructions for my fellow developers that will need to test this out, right? So I can include testing instructions. And as a matter of fact, I can see that in my pull request template, all of the developers on hand for every developer, for every PR that we submit, we want to have this structure in place. We want to have completed followed by bullet points on work completed, and testing, include any testing instructions that are needed. So knowing that Vexal will send my commit logs to the ChatGPT API, ChatGPT can use this as a prompt because Vexal will use your PR template. So here, why don't we add this? Testing, and let's just use all caps, testing. I don't think it matters all that much. Testing instructions, right? Authorization header. Great. Those are my testing instructions, and I'm including those directly in my commit message, right? So added authorization middleware function to get user data, testing instructions, 1, full branch, 2, hit user route with undefined authorization header, 3, hit user with a defined authorization header. That's a good commit message, right? It's descriptive and it's adding some testing instructions. And let's add some to-do comments, right? Generally for an Express server, you'll add a to-do comment for configure CORS policy. Let's do a fix me here. Let's do a fix me. Says that, has a better middleware functionality to it, right? So call SDK/API to authorize user token. And let's add a to comment here. It says add to separate file. Then another to comment here that says configure environment with Zod and add port 80 with VX, I can go ahead and scrape my code base for all of those. So we'll notice that here's VX. We have PR, to-dos, and fix me. So let's go ahead and do VX to-dos. And we see that we've added those an MD file, todos.md, that has all of our to-do comments, where they're found, the line number where they're at, and the comment itself. Configure course policy, add separate file, where is that? It's here, app.ts line 12. App.ts line 25 has to do configure environment with Zod and port 8080 as env.port. Let's do the same with VX fixme. We have one more fixme.md file, and here it is. Here's where you can find it, app.ts line 14 with the comment found. Now you have one central place that we can refer to and link out to. Let's go ahead and commit those. Let's get commit, added, fixme, and to do comments, MD files. Added a user route. I've added some Express.js middleware. I've added some to-do comments and some markdown files that represent those fixme and to-do comments. Now it's time to PR a feature, to PR changes. With VX, right, with Vexal, I see that I have this command, PR. AI generated PRs based on your commit history. And that's important. Vexal does not compare code, nor does it plan to. We are only looking through your commit messages. So if your commit messages are gunk, if they're not descriptive, VX is not the tool for you. It won't work. Let's go ahead and run VX PR. So it detected 3 total changes. It's gonna open up the PR in my browser with my PR template. VX used my PR template. So if we can see completed, added fixme and to-do comments and relevant files. That seems pretty reasonable. Great, testing instructions. Do you guys remember my commit message earlier? The testing instructions was pull the branch, hit the user route with undefined authorization header, hit the user route with defined authorization header. Okay, so that is my generated PR. Now I can go ahead and just assign myself. And you know what? Let's edit this PR a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's go returns A403 and returns 200. Right? The developers testing this should know what those 2 routes returns. Right? So now my PR is complete. I can go ahead and send it on my Slack. I can send it to all my developer friends to submit, my colleagues, and that's Vexal. So Vexal can auto PR for you based on your commit history. So the better your commit history is, the better Vexal will work for you in your favor. The more descriptive, the more precise you are with your commit history is best for Vexal.